We will start with this FM demodulation. That is what the frequency modulation we did. That is, the frequency is varied according to the modulating signal, amplitude of the modulating signal. Now that we discussed previously, now we will go for the demodulation. So what is the demodulation? That again, whatever the frequency variations are there, that frequency variations we have to convert into the amplitude variation. So very first thing, that is what the FM scope detector. So one is the basic FM scope detector, and then we'll go for the balance scope detector. So this is what the FM demodulation. Now in this FM demodulation, what is the concept? So I'll just explain you the concept. What is the concept? Here you are seeing this some diagram, and this is you just focus. I'll just suggest you that you just focus on this line. Okay. Now what is there in this line? So this line, it is going straight. And what is this? This is the amplitude. Here on this axis, that is on the y-axis, that is the amplitude. And on this x-axis, that is the frequency. So this is what the concept, that how we are doing the demodulation, how we are converting the frequency to the amplitude. On the x-axis, we take the fixed parameter, and on the y-axis, we take the dependent parameter. So as we will change the frequency, the amplitude will change. And what we want amplitude, because the information is in the amplitude variation. So what we did in the frequency modulation, our information that is there in the variation in the amplitude, that is any signal, audio signal or any other signal. So the information is in the amplitude, that is variation in the amplitude. So what we did in the frequency modulation, that we just put in the this frequency modulation in the frequency. Now this frequency, what we'll do, we'll convert to the amplitude, so that we'll get the whatever the information we have passed, that we'll able to recover. Now what is there in the frequency modulation? There is a frequency range. So this is what the frequency range. So what frequency range? This is what the lower frequency and upper frequency of the modulating signal. So lower frequency, upper frequency, and this is what your carrier frequency. So your carrier frequency signal is varying according to what? This bands, lower band and the upper band. Okay. So in this range, means here on the frequency, you can see here is the lower limit, here is the upper limit. This is what your center frequency. Now this variation, what we are doing with this variation, you can just see this variation here, this variation, what this is your at this instant you are getting the whatever the signal you are getting this instant. Okay. So at this instant, what you are getting? You are getting this amplitude. So you can see this amplitude you are getting. So this particular amplitude represents. So this particular amplitude, you are getting. This is what the amplitude. For which frequency? This frequency, lower frequency. So if you will have this lower frequency, you will get the lower amplitude. Now next, this is what your center frequency. Then center frequency, you will get this respective amplitude. Okay, this particular voltage. And when you will have the upper frequency, then this particular amplitude you are getting. So you will have this 1, 2, 3 level, and the frequency limit is there. So frequency is continuously varying from this upper limit. The frequency is continuously varied from this upper limit to this lower limit. Okay, so this is what in this range in this entire range, the frequency is varying. In this entire range, the frequency variation, in this entire range, the frequency variation is there, and this frequency variation is converted to the amplitude variation. So whatever the information in frequency is recovered to the amplitude. So here we are recovering, this is as the amplitude. So this amplitude, so we can say this is the maximum voltage, this is the central voltage, and this is the minimum voltage, what we have represented. So this voltages we are getting, and this voltages, whatever the voltages are there, that represent the respective frequency. Now this is what we can say the variation. This is what the concept. Now this concept, how we can apply or implement. So we will just see that how we can implement. Now this is linear. Now we can see this is linear. This response is linear up to this, and beyond this, it has almost flat response, and after that again it is working. So this is what we are using, only this linear, almost linear response. Now we will see that how we can work it out. This is what the concept. This is what the detailing I given regarding the scope. So as the frequency of signal varies up and down in the frequency according to its modulation, because frequency varies according to its modulation. So the signal moves up and down, and the slope of the tune circuit response, this curve response, this causes the amplitude of the signal to vary in a line with the frequency variation. So this is what the concept. Now how we will implement this. So this is what the way what we are implementing it. Now this is what the circuit. Now this we will just understand. So it can be seen from the diagram, what the diagram we are using, that is it is applied to a tuned transformer. The transformer is there, C1, C2, and this frequency modulation, it has the converted into the amplitude modulation and then converted to the actual modulating signal. Now what the process we are doing here. Now you just see what is this signal. So the initially what this signal you are seeing here. So this is what, nothing but this signal is what your frequency modulated signal. Here you will have the higher frequency, here again higher frequency, and in this range the lower frequency. So this is what the complete signal, and you can see this is what your higher frequency range, this one, and this is what your higher frequency range, and intermediate is lower frequency. So as per the previous discussion, the higher frequency range should produce the high amplitude, lower frequency range should produce the low amplitude, and accordingly. So this we have to convert. Now what is the circuit here? This is simply a tank circuit. This is T1 transformer, and it is linked with this circuit. So whatever the input you are giving, so this input is your frequency modulation signal. So input what you are giving, so this is what FM. Okay, so it is frequency modulation circuit. FM you are giving as an input, and this FM input you are transmitting it to this balance balance modulator, or this what is this, that we'll see. Now this is what the input, and this is simply this section. This is nothing but the tank circuit. So this is what the next, this section. So this section is nothing but the tank circuit. So this is what your tank circuit. Now what this tank circuit do? This tank circuit convert your frequency modulation to the amplitude modulation. So whatever this signal is, if you will see carefully, you will understand it is AM signal, amplitude modulated signal. This signal, you just see here the amplitude is high, then amplitude is low, and then amplitude is again high. So the frequency variation we have convert to the AM variation, amplitude modulation. Now this tank circuit do this role. So this tank circuit to convert this FM to the AM, and now this is simply the diode detector. So this D1 and this capacitor. So whatever the AM, this is same as your diode detector or the envelope detector what we discussed in the AM modulation. So this diode, it work accordingly, and what you got, so this is what your output. So this is what your signal. Okay. So this is what your output signal. So you got this as the output. Okay. So this is what your output modulated signal. So this signal you got here. So you just see here the frequency is high. So the amplitude is high here, and here the lower frequency signal, so it is low. So accordingly, this is what the small example, this way it can be done. So this way the circuit work, this particular circuit, it work in this way. So here we have converted our frequency modulation to the amplitude modulation, and then the amplitude modulation receiver we have used, that is the detector, and this is converted to the amplitude modulation. So this is what the simple concept. This is the simple this is the simple scope detector. This is what we are seeing. This is the FM scope detector. This is basic concept. This is diagram. This is the concept, and this is what the circuit diagram. So this FM slope detector, it is working on the slope. Now, what are the advantage and disadvantage? Is there any doubt? I don't think. This is very simple. Okay. Now we will go for the advantages, what it has, and what are the disadvantages. So the advantages for the FM slope detector, it is what simple, can be used to provide FM demodulation when only AM detector is present. So simply you can, it is very simple and can be used to provide the FM demodulation when only AM. So here AM detector we are using. Okay. Enable FM to be detected without any additional circuit. So the circuit is very simple. So it can be enabled with reference to the AM. Okay. But it has some disadvantages, and that we are trying to overcome in the balance scope detector, which is the next topic we are going to discuss. So what is the disadvantage of FM slope detector? So it is non-linear at the output. The non-linearity as the output is depend upon the curve of the filter. So whatever the curve of the filter, it is not exactly linear. So it has some non-linear component. So this non-linear component, it create something, some what you can say problem in. So although in this diagram it is shown directly linear, but it is not exactly the linear. The response is somehow non-linear. So again, what is the another thing? Not practically effective, not particularly effective, as it requires the signal to be centered on the failing response of the filter. This means that the signal cannot be received at its maximum signal strength. So here, this is what the problem. You have to centrally locate the signal, and then some limit is there. So you cannot receive the signal at its maximum strength. Then both frequency and amplitude variation are demodulated, and this means that much higher level of noise and interference are, this is what affecting the performance. Okay. So both are demodulated. So two level is there. So it is affecting the performance. So the main thing is the major is the non-linearity response. So it gives various disadvantage, or the major crucial problem is that. So how we can overcome that? So for that we will go for the balance detector. We will modify the circuit. Now in the balance detector, what is done? So here you can see in the balance detector, we will just discuss the circuit diagram for that, and we will go here. So here the phase shift is there. So the phase shift of 180 degree is there, and how it work, that we'll see. So the upper tune circuit, that is the two tune circuits are there, which is for the frequency FC, and the frequency variation is delta F, that is respond FC plus delta F, and the lower is FC minus delta F. Okay, so this is what the two tune circuit, and the actual output is taken as VO equals to V01 minus V02. Now what is this? This is what the circuit I am talking. Now, what this circuit is there? Now, this circuit, it has two tune circuit. Okay, so unlike the previous, it has only one tune circuit. This is what the FM input you are giving, and this is your input transformer. And with reference to this, you will have this two tune circuit, that is the upper tune circuit and the lower tune circuit. And whatever the things shown here, this is what the slope detector one. So this is what the upper slope detector, and this is what the lower slope detector, which is shown by this dotted line. Okay. Now, what is the impact of using this two slope detector circuit? Now, this upper slope detector circuit, now here center tap transformer is used. So here, this upper, it create a frequency FC. FC is your carrier frequency, FC plus delta F. And here the frequency variation is FC minus delta F. So two frequency are generated, FC plus delta F, FC minus delta F, due to this tank circuit 1 and 2 tank circuit. And completely this slope detector D1, diode is there, this resistor R1, here the diode T2 and the resistor R2. Then again capacitor C1 and C2. And it is generating a voltage V1, V1 and V2. And the difference of these two voltages giving the V out. Okay. So this way it is working. So whatever the non-linear component is offered by this is again offered by this. And at the end, we are taking a difference of these two. So due to this, what happened, whatever the problem of the simple slope detector by using only one slope detector, that has been overcome in the balance. That's why it is called the balance. The upper and the lower two slope detectors are used. So we'll just consider this again. So this is what the thing here. So here the upper slope detector, it generates the frequency FC plus delta F, and lower is generating FC minus delta F. With this component R1C1, R2C2, that is the filter bypass ripple. So V1 and V2 are the output voltages of the two slope detectors. The final output voltage, that is VO, is obtained by taking the subtraction of these two individual voltages. So this way it is working. Now, how it is there? How the block diagram, if we will represent the block diagram of this. So what is the block diagram? So you can initially represent the block diagram and then circuit, or vice versa can be done. So here, so initially you can have the FM wave, and this is what the differentiator, as the voltages are taking the differences, and this is what the envelope detector, and this is what were demodulated output. So this is the simple block diagram. We are seeing here the differentiator and envelope detector. So what is this? So this differentiator is used to convert the FM wave into AM. So as I mentioned, the basic principle is same. So this detector, it is converting FM, the frequency modulation, to what? It is converting that frequency modulation into the amplitude modulation. This means it's converting frequency variation FM wave into the corresponding voltage amplitude variation AM wave. So this is done by this differentiator. Then we know the operation of the envelope detector. It produces the demodulated output, that is the AM wave, which is nothing but the modulating signal. So this envelope detector or diode detector, we say, so it is doing the AM to the FM. So this is what the very simple concept, and this is here you will get the demodulated output. Now, this working you can explain in detail. I have just explained in brief, so you can go for the working. So here the circuit is operated in this way. So this is your input frequency, that is FC. When the input frequency is, so here the example is given when the frequency is what. So when the input frequency is instantly equal to the FC, the voltage, indicated voltage in T1 winding of the secondary is exactly equal that indicate in the winding T2. So as it is exactly FC, then both the winding has the equal voltage. Thus the input voltage of the both diode D1 and D2 are same. So whatever the diodes we are shown, that is same. So therefore DC output, that is V01 and V02 will also be identical, but they have the opposite polarity. Hence, the net output is 0. That is V0 is 0. Now here, the thing is, if the input frequency is FC, that is the center frequency. So if it is the FC, so whatever the voltage generated here, that V01 is same as V02, but the polarity is different. This is maybe the positive, this is negative. So this is output voltage is generated 0. So if there is FC only, then output is 0. So in FC, there is no information. But FC is, if the input signal is greater than FC, and this input is in the range of FC to the delta FC, means greater than FC. In this range, the input frequency, the individual voltage in the winding T1 is higher than that induced in T2. So as the frequencies are there, so in one winding the voltage is higher, another the voltage is less. Therefore, the input D1 is higher than D2, hence the positive output voltage V01 of D1 is higher than the negative voltage. Therefore, the output of voltage V0 is what? Positive. As the input frequency increases towards this FC plus F0, the positive output voltage increases as shown below. So here, whatever the signal, if you are having the frequency higher, so in this way, this winding will produce the higher voltage as compared to this, and this diode will forward bias. This voltage V01 is positive, more positive as compared to this. So this is positive, this is negative. So V01 is higher voltage as compared to V02, and you will get the output as the positive voltage. So same is discussed here by using this diagram, how the voltages are positive and negative. And the other negative side is also the same. Now we have discussed this. This diagram is self-explanatory, whatever the 2-3 paragraphs we discussed. So if you will have the center frequency, this is what the output voltage, then the this linear range is there. So till this it is linear, till this it is linear. Now, if F equals to input frequency is equals to FC, this case, so input to D1 and D2 are equal, and V01 is equal to V02. So output voltage is V0. That is output voltage is 0. So you can see here this output voltage is 0. So in this case it happened. Now if your frequency in this entire range, now we see for this FC. Now if you will see for this range, whatever the range is there, so that range we can see. So here this is what the frequency is higher than the center frequency. So what will happen? The FC, the frequency is greater than the carrier frequency. So the input to D1 is higher. Input to D1 is higher than the D2. So V0 is greater to the V02 and the output voltage is positive. So for this entire range, beyond this, so for this entire range of you will get the positive voltage. Okay, so whatever the voltage you got, that is what the positive output voltage you got here in this entire range. Now we will see what is happening for this range. So for this range, if you will go for this range, then this range is the negative voltage. So here we can see, just a minute. So here for this range, we can see for this range, if you will see input voltage D1 is less as compared to the input voltage of D2, V1 is less as compared to V02. So obviously the output voltage is negative. So this is what the linear response till this point. But for this point, if you will see this region, so for this region it is nonlinear, for this region it is nonlinear. So up to this, the response is linear, it is working properly. This is what the exact work. So in the exam, you can explain this way, and this way you can explain properly the balance diode, the slope detector. Okay, so this way you can explain it very easily. So the positive, all the three cases we have discussed. Now, what are the, again, no one is perfect. Everyone has its drawback. So what is the drawback and advantage? So here some drawback is there. So it is inefficient. So efficiency is not that good for the balance slope detector. It is linear only over the limit frequency range. So as we discussed, this is what the limit frequency range. Over this, it is linear. But beyond this frequency, it is giving the non-linear response. So beyond that, so if your frequency goes beyond this, okay, so if your frequency, it goes beyond in this entire limit or in this entire limit, the response is non-linear. So it is not working. So if your frequency is limiting to this point, then it is okay. But if it is going beyond that, then it is not working linearly. So this is what the problem. Then it is difficult to adjust the primary and secondary winding of the transformer. Must be tuned to slightly different frequency. So the tuning of the primary and secondary winding of the transformer plays a very crucial role. And if there is slightly variation in the tuning of the primary and secondary or the upper and lower half, then there is a variation is there. So the equality or linearity may not be maintained. Now, what is the advantage? The only advantage of the basic slope detector circuit is the simplicity. So this is what the simple, and as for the study, we start with the simple circuit, and this simple circuit we can go further. So Is there any doubt for this? Now we will go for the next three, four type we are going to discuss. So two we discuss again another this detector we are going to discuss. Now what is there again in the FM? The three, four detectors are there. Then in that we will discuss the block diagram and we will go further. Now in this detector, what is there? Here, this is low pass filter and this is what the FM wave is given input. And this is the notation of the multiplier. This is the symbol used in the control system block diagram. So this is used, this is the multiplier. And this is voltage control oscillator. So this voltage control oscillator output is given here. And this is demodulated output. This is low pass filter. So how the multiplication of your FM wave input is done with the voltage control oscillator output and some signal is generated, that is PT, it is passed through the low pass filter and you will get the output, how it works. So that we'll discuss. So this block diagram consists of the multiplier. This is what I told. The low pass filter and the voltage control oscillator. This is VCO. So this VCO produces an output signal, that is VT. Okay. So this is, it should be right one time. So this is only VT produces the signal VT. Those frequency is proportional to the input signal dt. Again, it is proportional to the input signal dt. This is what the input signal, this you are giving input signal from here. Whatever the input you are giving to the voltage control oscillator, it is giving a what? This is the frequency signal. So voltage control oscillator, it is giving the output voltage. So VT. So initially when the signal, that signal is dt is 0, then adjust the VCO to produce an output signal of VT. So it produces the output signal of VT. Having a center frequency of 90 degree. This is what the 90 degree phase shift. Okay. So this is 90 degree phase shift with respect to the carrier signal. So the 90 degree phase shift is there, and then what happened? The FM wave, that is what this ST signal is given, and the VCO output, that is this VT signal is given, is applied as input to the multiplier. So this multiplier you are applying the input. The multiplier produces an output having a high frequency component and the low frequency component. So what any multiplier, if you will do the multiplication of the signal, then it produces two frequency components. One is high, one is low. In this case, what two component it will produce? It will produce two component. So one component is what it is producing two component. So what is the first component? This multiplier, the output of the multiplier. This is what S of T minus V of T. This is one component, and the another component is the addition of these two. The another is the addition. So here, if you will have a frequency component, that is F1, F2. So multiplier always do F1 plus F2 and F1 minus F2. So these two frequency component will produce. Now this frequency component, that is the addition, this frequency component will be blocked by the low pass filter because it will allow only the lower frequency signal. So this component will be allowed by the low pass filter and this will go ahead. Okay, so this only we are doing here. So next we will see what is there. So the FM wave, the S of T and the VCO output, V of t, are applied as input to the multiplier and the multiplier produces an output having the higher frequency component and the lower frequency component. The lower component pass the filter element and the high frequency component, they are produce only the lower frequency component. So lower frequency component pass by the filter and higher frequency component will be blocked. This lower frequency component consists only the term related to the phase difference. Hence, we get the modulated signal, that is M of t, from this output of the low pass filter. The circuit, whatever the poster circuit, is probably most commonly called as poster detector or disseminator. This is really a hangover from early days of the FM. And today the entire detector or probably the better demodulator would be produced, can be used. Now this is what the early days. Nowadays this type of circuit is not used. So this way the circuits are used here. Okay. So this reference I have mentioned, you can go, I have put some points, so you can go in detail and understand this block diagram. So this is what the one of the detector, the second detector. So is there any doubt here? So we will